The Thunder won the season series between the Jazz 3-1, but their last game was in December. Both teams are a lot better today than they were back then, especially the Jazz, because they weren't even in the playoff run. They had to do that later in the season. They went on a mean winning streak to go from the 11th seed to the 10th to the 9th, all the way up to where they are now, going into the playoffs. It's been very impressive to watch, and we've seen the Thunder struggle all season long. They're not very consistent. They have games where it just looks like they're terrible, and then some games where they're clicking. But I've said this since the start that I believe the Thunder are going to be much better in the playoffs when they only have to focus on one opponent, and they can study their tendencies, and they can game plan and make adjustments from game to game. We've seen Paul George come alive, have some big games lately. I see the Thunder winning this series in 5 games, maybe 6 games. The Jazz are tough. They're not just going to go away. They're not just going to lay down. They're going to compete. They're going to make it interesting. But I believe the Thunder have way too much firepower for the Jazz. It was a good season for the Jazz. No Hayward, but they still made the playoffs. That's very impressive. I would be surprised if they knock off the Thunder. Trying to get people up out of there quick, and then in this fight, I made a mistake. I broke my own rule. I went for a regular takedown. You know you never want to do that because they have counter submissions. 2-gate cheese. He makes it to the second gate, but Moses Carr is a fighter. He refuses to lose.